Okay.
So we got it going. Thank you guys, everybody, very much for being here. It's Tuesday, or it's actually Monday, sorry, Monday team call. And Beth is going to enlighten us with some great ideas. I will say this about Beth, and Beth didn't ask me to say any of this stuff, but I'm going to say this about Beth. Beth has been with the team for a very long time. She has been in and out of the building position, but one thing about it is she's always been in, right? So even though her presence hasn't always been felt, her actually I should say, even though she doesn't always feel like she's been building, her presence has always been felt. Because Beth, you are a force to be reckoned with, and by that I mean like you have an energy about you, and you have a charisma, and you have a character that is you when you are involved, it makes everybody better, because you are a no bullshit kind of person, and you just got that about you. And I'm not saying this like to blow smoke or anything. I love the fact that when your energy is here, I love it, because you have no problem calling me out. You have no problem calling anybody out. And that energy is necessary for us all to be better. So with that, I will say Beth Gilmore is here. And she's going to tell us a little something about about how to make business builders and how to do great things. And Beth, honestly, you've done some amazing things with us and with the team, and I appreciate it. So
thanks.
Real quick, I'd like to recognize David is on the call, and he is a new member to our team.
Hey, David.
Yeah, so he's going to rock and roll and do some great things with us as well. So, it's all yours,
excellent. Beth. All right, so this is a Leaders in Action call. So you are here with the rock stars of this team. The reason we started doing these calls is really so that we could hone in some of our skills, whether you're new or you've been here for a lot of years. These calls will help you hone your skills and build systems. So as we're going through this training tonight, what I'm talking about is launching business builders. And I'm going to give you you're getting two systems for the price of one. So one of the things that I said last week, for those of you that weren't on, is I'm actually going to give you a formulaic approach to launching a business builder, as well as a formulaic approach to launching a new member, because those two things go hand in hand. So I'm cheating a little bit. But if you do not have Trello, Trello, I'm going to actually give you that formula when we're done with this call. Download it for free, and you can get all this content that I'm going to show you on my screen. So as we're going through this training, think about this. A lot of us that are on this call do this full time, but not all of us do. Some of us do it as a side hustle. So when I'm talking about how I'm working this business and how I'm using these tools, that may not necessarily be the same way you're doing it. So your job is to take what I'm saying and then apply it to whether you're doing easy does it, crank it up, or moving your business like a freight train. So just know that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go, I think I've muted most of you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this training, and then at the end, if we have time for questions, we'll do that. So please hold those questions, and then I'll give you an assignment also, okay? So here's what we're going to do. So I am going to share my screen now with Trello. And for those of you who don't know what I do as my other job, I am a business coach. Are you guys seeing this now? If you see it, put a thumbs up. You see it? Okay, good. All right, great.
And a housewife.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to hear you when I muted you. So, okay, so basically what I do for a living is I am a business and life coach. So basically I took on building a system for launching new business builders. I looked at it from the prospect, or from the perspective of, if I was coaching someone who was an Isogenics business builder, how would I teach them to launch a new one? So that's what this system is based on. It's a new system for me. Doug and I are in a coaching program right now that is helping us kind of hone our systems. That is where a lot of this whole idea of these calls came from. So when you're looking at this, it really, I am very much about, I want a 1, 2, 3. This is how you do it kind of system, which is what this is. So when Brent earlier, for those of you that weren't on the call yet, we were talking about filling your funnel. And Brent was like, are you talking about filling your funnel? Not really. Because here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about all the steps that you do to launch somebody. So if we're going to pretend like Brent is my new business builder. He's come to me. He's like, I've been using these products for a while. I really like this. I think I want to start doing this as a side hustle. So I'm going to say, okay, Brent, great. Here's what we do. And Trello is this great, basically systematic way to create a formula for something. And I can share this directly to anyone, which is why you guys need Trello so that you can have access to this board. Basically, what's on here is if you have somebody that's ready to launch, you're going to go through each one of these steps with them. And we don't have time to go through every single one of these steps, but I'm going to kind of touch on them. The first one is clarify your why. Now, the thing that's great about this is when you click on that card, clarify your why, if we can open it. Let's see, now this is going to be tricky because all these people are coming in. Okay. So, of course, it's not opening. So we got to do something. Hold on here. I think because I'm sharing it. Oh, there. Okay, now we got it. It just is slow. So when I click on that clarify your why, do you see how this comes up? In the description, what I'm doing is I'm saying this. So what are your goals? How much money do you want to make? How many hours per week do you want to work? My job is to clarify and connect to your why. And then there's these attached things. Now everything that's attached, I'm not going to open these all, but this is everything that I need to have a conversation with them about clarifying their why. Why do they want to do this business? Imagine your ideal life. These are all Isogenics things. And when you click on them, it'll open up the exercise on how to imagine your ideal life. So this is everything that you need to actually take them through the steps. The next one is welcome to team results. That happens to be the name of my team. When you go to Trello, you can copy this board and then you can edit it in your own Trello and delete whatever you want. That's the great thing about a system is you can personalize it so it meets your needs. So with this one, it then looks, accept your invitation from working for the beach if you haven't already. It goes through who is Team Shady, because a lot of these people are like, Team Shady, who's Lee Brent Shaw? Who's this Lee guy? Who's Heidi Fannin? What is this My Balanced Bod? That's our team page. So this explains all of that to them. And then it tells them what to do next. The idea with business builders is I'm going to run through each of these cards with them, and I'm going to ask them to do something. And then once they complete that, I'm going to move to the next thing. Now, if somebody is really on fire, like Heidi has a business builder right now named Grace. I'm not sure if she's on the call yet, but she is on fire. She would move through these suckers. Probably she'd be done with them by now. That's how fast she's moving. But what you want to do is give them an assignment from each one. So clarify your why. I'm going to have them read those PDFs and I'm going to text them to them or email them to them, or you just connect them directly to this board and have them run through that. Welcome them to the team. It's important that when people are starting this business, whether they're just a customer or a business builder, that they get that they have a tribe, that they get that they're not alone. So that's why that's there. Then schedule a date for a launch party. When are they doing their sip and sample? Is it going to be in person? Is it going to be virtual? And then if you click on that card, it says how to host a launch party. And then it has a leads list where they can generate 100 leads, because they'll go, oh, well, I'm not sure if I know enough people. Trust me, you do. And that's how you find out you know enough. There's 100 people to start with. Then role modeling. This is one of the things I've been worst at, I will tell you, is your team will do what you do. So you need to do the right things. Of this list, every single one of these things is important. Isobody challenge, lifestyle rewards. You need to be on every weekly team call. You need to post in the Facebook groups at least once daily and tag your people consistently. So then you go down to start here, and that is the Isogenics link. It has a link that will take you right to isogenicsbusiness.com. and we'll take you through the scripts on what you say, when you say it, all of that. So we, so I have these basically in 6 different categories, one you can't see yet, but the 6 different categories are ready to launch. And then all the things that these people need to learn when you're starting new, they need to learn. Why do people need isogenics? You know, a lot of people start this program to lose weight, but they need to also understand that this is about having great nutrition and having a better life with more energy and more success. And all of that is because you're flooding your body with dense nutrition, whether you're at the perfect weight and you're completely fit, or whether you still have 100 pounds to lose. So it's really important for me, I've found, to teach my business builders, to teach their people how important isogenics is, because it fills a gap in their nutrition. And that's, again, resources for that, why you need to supplement. A great article from Scientific American. So basically what you're doing is you're creating a mindset with this system. You're creating a mindset from left to right to launch your business builder. And it's not all learning. There's also things about the leader in action form, which every business builder, every single person that wants to make $1 with isogenic should be doing. Every single week, they should be filling that out. So that talks about that. The power of time blocking, then you share, they share, repeat. Understanding the compensation plan. There's 2 great videos that I posted in Working from the Beach last week that are inside, the links are inside this card with Eric. Then how do you share your story? Lots of people don't know this, so it's a formulaic way to share their story. We've learned it, those of us that were on the weekend course, about pain point, pivot, and do your after. And then there's Pat Quinn video on how to share your story, along with isogenics, kind of some compliance things. So all of these things are here that you need to do. Now, the other thing that I have put in here, so a lot of the things that I've put in here are places where I've gotten stuck. Because like Brent said, I love isogenics. I've been using isogenics for 5 years. I've lost 85 pounds. And my husband and I, it has really changed our whole family's lives. But the thing that I have had problems with regards to my consistency, is my belief. I've always believed in isogenics, but my belief in direct sales and network marketing as a viable business has had me be inconsistent. And so I put in things here where where it teaches people about the power of direct sales. Why is passive income so important? Because just because we know about passive income doesn't mean that Sally down the street knows what passive income is and why network marketing is a great source for that. So I have put in all of those things. Isogenics business tools. There's some, just to walk you through that website, there's a whole thing on that. What to do when someone is interested. Now, this is one of the most important things. It literally walks people through. When people ask, what are you doing? Contact them privately or in person and tell them your story. Now, we've already talked about what their story is prior to this, right? So there's a sequence, formulaic approach to this. Add them to great nutrition, great results. Once they accept, do a welcome post, tag them in it. I like to also include the thing I appreciate most about them so they feel encouraged in the post. Then tag them in 4 to 5 relevant posts based on their goals: weight loss, energy, healthy aging, or performance. If they want to know about price, ask them what their budget is. We can design a pack to fit their goals. So it's literally telling them exactly what to do, because this isn't rocket science, right? I mean, there are a lot of people who aren't that smart that are making a lot of money in isogenics, and it's because they follow a formulaic system and it works. There's a lot of smart people making money too, but even the dummies like me can do it. So then social media mastery, I find, is a really big deal. So there's some things in here. How do you talk about your income? And it talks about, this is the most important thing. I have people that are just starting that are saying, well, how do I talk? I haven't made $100,000 or even $10,000 from Isagenix. How do I share about my money? How do I do that? And so I say, share about something, some money you've made. What is your Isagenix income bought for you? What are specific ways it's helped you or your family? You know, my husband and I paid cash for my daughter's wedding in October. We could not have done that without Isagenix. So that's something I can share that isn't, oh, you know, we've made $45,000 this year in XYZ. It's something that is specific. How many people do I know that their kids are planning weddings that they'd like to pay cash for their kids' weddings, or, you know, whatever. So then there also is attached to this talking about Isagenix income on social media, etc. So this kind of goes through all of that. Laws of social media, I think it's just so important. So it talks about making a power post. It says, here's what it looks like. I'm so excited. I've been on my new nutrition program for X weeks now. Before I started, I was tired all the time. Goes through how to do a story. And then it says when people comment, it says, obviously you want to replace my story with yours. Notice I didn't mention Isagenix by name. This is really important because I think a lot of people that are excited about Isagenix or any other direct sales business, a lot of times what they do is they go on their social media and they start saying, Isagenix this, Isagenix that. Do you want to start Isagenix? Do you want to join Isagenix? Isagenix is so great. And what happens is people immediately back off because they're pushing and talking and not listening. So you want to get people listening from the very start. So then there's just some other things like going live, how to actually enroll someone, what to say, what to do, how to use social media. Be a consumer, don't be a consumer, be a creator. So you're going to run them through all of this, and it's basically what they need to know. And you're also introducing them to Penny. You're having them sign up for Penny, start working on Penny, and doing all of these things and learning. But then you're going to go over here to ready to launch a team member. So I'm going to put a hold on that for a second. And we're going to look at these other two things before we go to that because it's a different board. So once they run through all of this at whatever pace they're running through it, and they're going to be working, they're not just going to be learning. You want to teach them in the very beginning. There's a conversation about being in direct sales is about personal growth. So you want to learn while you work. It's not about learning how to do it right and then setting all of your ducks in a row and then counting your ducks. It's about throwing the ducks up in the air, catching one or two, doing the work, figuring it out, and growing learning as you grow, and you actually are doing the work. So that's the other thing, is that you want to make sure that people don't get caught up in like, oh, I got all this to learn before I get, no. You just do the first couple, and if you do them in order, you're doing a power post like the next day. So what's next after you know how to launch a team member? What's next? You design your 90-day plan. Inside of here is the template that Isagenix creates for that. Put our team calls and events in your schedule. Typically, we have more events than we have currently going on because of COVID, but I would have a schedule right in there. Right now it says, look in the Facebook page. Here's some tips and tricks. Learn about text replacement on your phone. Create an album on your phone for screenshots and saved memes for posting later to social media. Just collect them. Create a favorites album on your phone. So this is things just to make it easier. So the biggest thing that I have had issues with in launching business builders is they don't know how to coach people. So what I'm going to do now is show you how they coach people. So once most of the time, it's easy for them to talk to people and get people interested. But then what happens is they sign people up and those people disappear. Okay, I got to get to the second board. Oh, hold on. So we're going to go to ready to launch a team member. And again, I know I'm talking really fast and giving you a lot of information, but you can look at all of this on your own later. So this is what I do when I sign someone up. The day of sign up, there's a new member checklist in here. And it tells you exactly what to do, and it has the attachment. All the content you need is inside of this. I do a welcome text. This is something I stole from Heidi and cravemore.com website. None of this stuff is anything I made up. I stole it all. That's what's great about it, is if something works, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. So it has the welcome text. I don't know why the font is like that, but basically you just cut and paste that and send it to the person. The next day, add them to Great Nutrition and My Balanced Bod, intro to their ISA tribe. I send them that text. And when I do this, it says right on it, text. So you know that's supposed to be a text. And you literally just cut it and paste it and send it. Next, oops, one more thing, because I forgot something. Are you interested in the Eat for Free Club? Da, da, da. And you copy and paste that. It's a text. Day 3, download. You need to remind them, did they download the ISA Life app and enter the ISA Body Challenge? And then you start talking to them about their why. Then week 1, there's a whole bunch of great stuff. There's an unpacking your box video that I filmed of Heidi doing it. I would actually send them to our team page because it's pinned at the top of it so that it has them go there, but I put it in here. So if you guys want to use it, you can. You can also make your own, delete it and add your own. How to do a shake day, has the video in there. Healthy fork and knife meals. This is Michaela's 30-day meal plan is in here. I didn't make that up, she did. But it's right in this so that you have all the content that you need. The power of water. There's an article in there that is outside of Isogenics about why water is good for your body. Would you like to get your products paid for? Hurdles that might get in the way. Then I typically have people get a week of shakes under their belt before I even talk to them about cleansing. So how to do a cleanse day. Healthy snack ideas, shake recipes. Earn a free box of e-shots with your first power post. I try to bribe people to get them to do a power post. It mostly works. Would you like to host a sample? And again, if you click on these cards, it has the content right in there, healthy snack ideas. It has a slideshow from WebMD of 100-calorie snacks. And it also has it also says to go and look on Great Nutrition, Great Results to get ideas under the file tabs. So then week 3, adding exercise. Most of these things you're going to notice are either emails or texts that I'm sending to them. Occasionally, probably once a week, there's a phone call. So it's been a month now. What are some of your results? How did you do on the tracker? There's a tracker that's back in the beginning. What changes have you noticed? I start talking to them about what they've noticed. And notice that every single week there's something in here because we're talking about launching a business builder, right? So you can't talk about launching a business builder without also talking about launching a team member because the conversations are meshed together. So every single week, you're going to notice the very first text says, hey, do you have 2 people that want to be in accountability partners with you? And then the next day, hey, I never got back to you about that accountability partner thing. Do you have 2 people? Then over here on week 1, it's would you like to get your products paid for? Then week 2, it's would you like to put a power post? And if they don't want to do anything with the power post, I'll follow up with all those people. I'm not, if they don't want the money, I'm more than happy to give them a pack of beer or whatever to get their business builders that they know. Would you like to host a sip and sample again? So every single week, we're looking at how to kind of turning these customers into business builders by having this conversation with them, how to share their success. Again, staying focused on what's important and going through, and then 2 months, Eat for Free Club, mentioning it again. How is your mindset and reviewing that way? So just to give you an idea, I think I'm going to stop the sharing now. Okay, so does that make sense to everybody? So a system is 1 + 1 = 2, right? It's step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. If you do these things, it will create somebody that has a strong belief in isogenics, has a firm understanding of where to go when they have questions and how to get their own answers, and also has a strong belief in themselves. They're going to have these systems and they can go, when they go, oh my gosh, I'm not sure if I want to do this business. How am I going to build this business? Oh, wait, Beth did it and all she had was that Trello thing. And I can get that from her and I'll just use that thing. And it has everything in it I need. So that's the point of making it easy. And then the reason why launching a new customer is important is because you're dripping on that person all along, letting them know, number one, how to share their success, how to distinguish their success, and also how to get their products paid for. And the whole time I'm talking about what I'm willing to give them if they're going to send me referrals if they don't want to do it. So it's training them to share whether they want to do the business or not. So either way, it's going to lead to referrals for me. So why don't we take questions? I know that was like, oh, everything at once. Can we unmute? Can you unmute, Brent?
Yeah, so that was like information from a fire hose, but it's awesome.
I know.
And
And like I said, I'll post the links to both of these boards in Working from the Beach when I'm done. So all you have to do is click on it. You can go in, and in the upper right corner, I'll put directions on how to copy it. You can copy it. It'll take everything in that board, and then you can tweak it to fit your own needs.
is Trello free? That's what I'm getting. Okay. Is
So
there
Yeah.
a fee?
I'm on Trello.com right now and I don't see free.
They should give you, there should be nothing to sign up for because I don't pay for mine.
Should we
it's
maybe
not an
go
app?
through your link first?
I don't think you need to, but you can try it. And if you have issues, we'll put it in I'll answer any questions in Working from the Beach as they come up, and I can walk you through that.
Okay,
There is a paid version, but you don't.
Yeah, there
need
is a
full
paid
version.
version, but you can do it cheap.
okay, I can't get through to the free. That's what I'm looking on, but I'll keep looking.
Okay.
Can
All
you,
right.
Beth, can you put it in? I'm going to make a couple comments here. So if you want to type it in the chat,
Yes.
something that so everybody that's on here gets the extra special, right? So they don't have to go looking for it otherwise.
Yeah.
So Beth, super cool information. I'm going to let everybody ask some questions here, but I want to give my immediate feedback on it. So Trello, I will be honest, I haven't checked it out yet, but I'm going to. And just so you know, Beth, I put a note down here. It's no longer Team Shady. It's Working from the Beach. So that way they don't have to ask that question, right?
That's good.
So
Okay.
that makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
The leader in action, the importance of the leader in action, you guys, and mixing it with what Beth is saying is I want everyone to understand the leader in action so much that I've offered up a $100 incentive to get 20 points in your leader in action. So if you haven't seen that, I want you to look at it. It's available to you one time a year. And it's available to you one time a year for a reason, because I want you to learn how to do it. But I really would like everyone to understand the power of the leader in action. So Beth, as always, thank you for bringing that important point up.
And just so you know, in that launching a new business builder thing, it talks about leader in action. And there's a recommendation in the first week that if you have anyone that's interested in building a business, you need to set up a weekly coaching call with them. It only has to be a half hour, but you go over their leader in action with them every single week. Here's what this is. You have them set goals for the next week. And that's really the foundation for launching a new business builder. Carla and I were talking about this today, and she earned the Fiji trip with 49 points each month on her leader in action. 49 points. Now 40 is what it takes to get an executive bonus, right? So 40 is like you're playing big time. 49 points, 9 more points than the executive minimum. And she gets to go to Fiji for free. So that's pretty amazing.
Carla, did that end up being your average, Carla?
Well, first of all, it's not decided yet. It won't be until
Fair.
March 3rd, but secondly, yes, my total points divided into 9, it was 49.
but they haven't unveiled it yet.
Yeah,
Last we knew, you were 95 though, so
she's in. She just keeps wanting to say
she
no.
just doesn't want to get her hopes crushed. I
Yeah,
get it.
whatever. And then the last thing I want to say before I open up for other questions is, you guys, what Beth has given you, it's like Trello and Penny, right? If you merge these two systems together, you don't, it's become so much, and I don't want to, like, I've been doing this for, I've been with ICH for 9 years. These two systems are literally energy and time and life changing. Okay. Don't try to recreate the wheel. Okay. The Trello, the Penny, and the what's the other the Dot Pro one? Not
The Crave More.
Crave more,
Pro.
yeah.
So I don't care which, and I even put it in the chat. It's not so much that it's important to pick one, but for God's sake, pick one and do it. Right? Because if you do it and you learn it really well, and then move to the next one. And I'll be the first to tell you, it took me a long time to get into Penny, but now that I'm doing it, it's what I do. And I've created some really valuable conversations through Penny. So I would tell you to definitely check into that. Pick one, Trello, and because Beth has done such an amazing job of laying it out for you guys, for all of us, that's a huge opportunity. And then the CraveMore.pro, these are great, fantastic resources to learn how to do, and then follow the mindset of Penny and understand the person that you're talking to. Do they want to just like kind of test it out? Do they want to crank it up, or do they want to freight train it?
Mhm.
And whichever it is they want to do is fine. Just give them an option to pick one and do it. So that's all I got.
And I would tell you too, I think that where Penny is going, so with Isagenix Business, which was the app we had before Penny, you could create campaigns in it. What's going to be great, and the only reason that I have this in Trello right now is because Penny can't do this yet. But Penny will be able to do this. There will be a point where you can take all of these cards and make it a drip campaign that happens automatically. So when you enroll new people, it sends them out that stuff automatically without any effort.
Yeah.
And it's all sitting there waiting in Trello until Penny can do it for you.
And for those of you who aren't familiar with what Penny is an app. You can do the free version or you can do the paid version. I will tell you, I do the paid version. It's like $12 a month, and it is worth every dollar of the $12 a month. So I would tell you that it's there. It reminds you when you enroll somebody, it reminds you to follow up with people. It keeps them in front of your face. All of those things are important as you continue to grow your business, right? Some people are like, well, I've only got X number of people. That's fine. But it also brings in all of your Facebook connections, all of your phone number connections, all of your Instagram connections, and gives you the opportunity to choose whether you want to connect with them or not. And so it's a great app that way. So what's the questions? Who else has got something?
So I was going to ask about the Crave More versus this Trello. So they're similar, not different.
The Crave More, and I put that in the chat too. What people are talking about, CraveMore.pro is basically one woman's system of texts, and it's word for word the text that she has. For me, I didn't like a lot of the wording of the text, and I thought it was too much.
Okay.
I just thought some of it was too much. And so I took a lot of it and put it into what I'm doing. I just scaled it down. I also have found that it's really important. I have enrolled a lot of people that I would say are anti-network marketing. They love Isagenix, but they're anti-network marketing. And so I have worked really hard to find outside of Isagenix sources and science to confirm what Isagenix says so that they trust Isagenix like I do. Does that make sense? And the Crave More Pro is more scripting, and it's not as much the resources part. It's all Isagenix. Michelle?
Not a question, but a comment back to the people having a hard time getting the free Trello.
Yeah.
If you get the app on your phone first,
Mm.
get an account on your phone, then you can go into on the computer and log in, and it's the
Got
free
it.
version.
Okay, good. So the app on the phone needs to happen first.
It doesn't need to happen first. I
But
just
it
got
makes
it
it easier.
free.
Okay.
It's just, maybe it makes it easier. I don't know, but I just clicked, you don't want business, like it tells you here, pay, but then you go down below and it's really little and you click that.
Yeah,
and
of
you're
course.
paying
It's really
free.
little. Click the really little. No, I want the free thing.
Yeah,
There's
Yeah.
not, unless you're, once I get to a point where I have, 50 people that might be working on Trello boards with me. I use this a lot with my coaching clients. It's how I have them manage projects. So I have the paid part, but it's so that I can work on their boards and I have, like different workspaces, but you should not ever need, and these two results boards are public. So anyone can access them because it's mostly things I stole anyway.
There's a guy named Doug Gilmore that has a question. I'm not sure who he is, but he's got a question.
Yeah, can you hear me? Question, or basically a comment. It's like on some of those, that was a great job, Beth. I wish I could claim some credit other than maybe doing the dishes, so you have time to do that. But most of you would know this. Some of you are new and might not know this. One of the instances I saw in there was you'll get a free box of e-shots if you post a power video first time. Those are personal incentives that Beth set up. So you'd have to create or change or be willing to do those incentives if you choose to do that. So I just, for the new people on board, some of those incentives are not like corporate sponsored. They're like
Yes.
individual leader sponsored.
Yes.
And just to be aware of that. So that you're not expecting Beth to throw out an e-shot for everybody. Like Brent
Or
does.
Brent.
Like Brent
It's more
does.
likely to be Brent or April.
Well, I will help
Contact
if
Brent
I
or
get my
April for
name
the
in the
e-shots.
script. I'll help if I get my name in the script with Brent and Tracy.
There you go.
Mhm.
I'm Doug's favorite, so come on, Doug.
You're
Yeah.
my favorite too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Brent, bye.
Whatever.
Any other questions?
Let me see. I fixed April. April, what did you say?
You did.
By the way, I wasn't saying you needed to get the app first. I was just saying if you were having a hard time on the
It
computer,
works.
you
Got
can
it.
get the
Okay.
app first.
Yeah.
Because the app didn't ask me to pay at all. That wasn't
Okay,
even
good.
wasn't
Good.
even a thing.
So I will go working to the beach when we get done. So here's your assignment, okay? So your assignment this week is to go on Working from the Beach, download the free Trello, and check that out. I'm going to put instructions in that post on how to copy the board. So you can literally copy that board and then you need to go through it because there are some things that say like, I'm also a life coach. So I want you to work on this because I'm trying to interject a little bit more holistic coaching with my people so that they stay in and they don't disappear because I've not done a great job at retention. And so there are some things like that. You're welcome. There are also 1 or 2 links to my blog about time blocking and that kind of thing. Steal any of that, use anything you want. I don't really care. So
I have another quick question. So on the app that I just downloaded, it brings up team name. So
Yeah.
are we all in the same team?
you
Or
can do that however you want. It doesn't have to be a team. My boards that I'm sharing with you are public, so it can be your own team name. It doesn't have to be any of that. I'm going to put the links in Working from the Beach, and then you can just click on them and it will pull the board up.
so if we all
And then
put
you-
working
and then
on
you-
the
Yeah, you can do that if you want, or you can just call it April's team, Doug's team, Tara's team, David's team, Nancy Pierce,
I
My
see.
AK,
team.
Heidi Fannin.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really you can name it whatever you want. Totally up to you.
Thank you.
Cool. Beth, thank you very much
You're
for the
welcome.
effort that you put into this and for the presentation on this. It's valuable and I appreciate it. So thank
Yes.
you very much.
You're welcome.
Not that I'm surprised because I'm not, because I know this is what you do as a living for a living. And I think it's super cool that you took the time to make this happen for us. So tomorrow's call is going to be Michelle and I are going to help out with showing you how to do, actually, Michelle's going to do most of it. I'm just going to like parrot what she says, but we're going to talk about how to create carts through Penny. Okay, so we're going to talk about Penny, how to create carts through Penny. Same Zoom line as we're on right now. We're going to stay with the Zoom line. For some of you that aren't aware, we had gone back and forth a couple times over the month of January, but we're going to stay with this Zoom line for Monday and Tuesday calls. Both of them will be at 6 p.m. Arizona time, which right now is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So letting you guys know that that's the case. And then next week is going to be core rank advancement to manager. And Carla is going to present for next week, Monday. Okay, so next Monday is going to talk about getting to manager. Now, with that, I'm going to take this next couple minutes to work that as a segue into your leader in action, because I promised you guys, and I haven't done it every time, but I'm going to continue to do it. Go ahead. Okay, so I'm going to continue to do it, and I'm going to continue to show you guys this leader in action. And the reason that I want you to know this is because if you don't do the leader in action, you don't understand how to earn the income. And I'm not going to ask, I was going to ask, but I'm not going to ask how many of you have completed your leader in action form up to this month. I knew Michelle would raise her hand, and I see Beth and I see Carla. It's like romper room back when I was little. April, she does it. She's got her phone.
Kelly has too.
Awesome. So leader in action. So for those of you who aren't familiar, the leader in action form can be found in your back office under contest and promotions. And under contest and promotions, you will see the leader in action. You can click on the little tab that says worksheet. Okay. So the leader in action, what is it? It's a worksheet. And this month that we're in right now is a 4-week month. Next month will be a 5-week month. So right now you've got a 4-week month, and it's divided up into what they call PET. One PET is people you have personally enrolled. Okay. So anybody that you personally enrolled goes in the 1. Okay. The 2 PET is people that you've enrolled who've enrolled people. Okay. Very important category. The next category is rank advancements. This is people that you've enrolled that have rank advanced someone, or pardon me, people that you've enrolled that have rank advanced. Okay. Whether they go to consultant, they go to manager, they go to director, they go to executive. Okay. All those things, right? And the last category is weeks at rank. Okay, so weeks at rank of manager or above. So consultant is a 0 point, but manager is 1 point, director is 2 points, and executive is 4 points. Okay, and that's per week. The incentive that we just posted, that I'm going to continue as an ongoing incentive along with the High Five Club. Okay, really important that you know both. So the incentive that we're paying right now is $100 if you get 20 points in the leader in action. How does that work? First, everyone needs to know this. So you've got to tell all of your team members this. You've got to get points in every category. Okay, so every category has to have points in order for it to be 20. If you get 20 enrollments, but you don't get any rank advancements, that doesn't qualify for the bonus. Okay, you have to get points in every category. So how does this work? So you've got week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4 for this month. This week, and I'm going to use David as an example because he's new and he's on here. He has already made his first enrollment. Okay, so he has an enrollment in this category. Okay, no one that he has enrolled anyone. He currently has not had any rank advancements of anybody that he's enrolled, and he's currently an associate, so he's at 0 there. Now, let's say that next week David enrolls another person, which I know he's already in the mood to do that, or the motion to do that. And let's say that this person enrolls someone. Isogenics is trying to give you a builder's mindset from the beginning, meaning that if you enroll someone, you get 1 point. But if somebody that you've enrolls someone, you get 2 points. So let's say that David enrolls Ann, right? Got Ann here. And Ann enrolls 2 people. He's going to get 2 for the first person, and he's going to get 2 for the second person. So he's going to get 4 points for Ann enrolling 2 people. Ann then becomes a consultant. So he just earned another 2 points because he created a consultant. If you create a consultant, you get 2 points. If you create a manager, you get 6 points. Okay. That's a big deal. Okay. You guys need to be thinking about that. 6 points for manager. Creating a manager is so much easier than creating an executive. So if you create 2 managers, you're going to get 12 points, right? Versus creating 1 executive, which takes a whole lot more effort and energy, and you get 10 points for that. Way easier to create managers, you guys. Way, way, way easier. Okay. And then at that point, he is now still at 0 because he's not currently yet a consultant or a manager. Okay. So let's say the following week, and I'm going to just change a name here. We're going to make this guy up here Frank, right? So Frank is up here. So Frank, David doesn't enroll anybody the 3rd week, but Frank, who he enrolls 2 people. And so he got 4 more points for that. And then he got another rank advancement to consultant. Okay. So if this happened during this week, he's going to get a 0 because on Sunday night, Monday morning, he's going to become a manager. Okay. So on this last week, he became a manager. So he's going to get 1 point for being a manager. Okay. So he could 0 out all of these the 4th week. And his points would be 1 point for being a manager 1 week. He would get 4 points for his rank advancements. He would get 8 points for his personal rank advancements. And then he got 2 points over here. So he's got 10, 14, 15 points. He's shy of the 20, but he's in the running for the next month because his manager status now is going to go into the next month. Okay, because he's going to stay manager for next month. So he's going to have 4 points the following month if he stays at manager. This is the math that you guys have to know. This is the process that you have to know so that when you're talking to somebody and they say, look, I don't really know if I'm going to make $100,000 or even $50,000 with Isogenics, but I'd like to make $400 or $500 a month. You got to start here. Because if they don't start here, they're never going to get to 6 figures. They're never going to get to 7 figures if they don't understand this. Okay. This is the math, you guys, to understanding how to do this. Now, lastly, I will tell you that is also the math for getting to top achiever. And since we're in the 2nd month of the year, okay, top achiever just started. I want you guys to, I'm begging you, understand what top achiever is. Top achiever is you following leader in action, you documenting the points that you're getting, and going towards being the top 110 people, business centers in Isogenics. And we can all go to Cabo next year to a super sweet resort that they've got down there. And we can be there together as a team. And I would love to see, and I want those of you who are even thinking, nah, I probably won't do it, I probably won't do it. I want you just to, when we get done with this call, take 10 seconds, close your eyes, and just think about it. Would you be willing to put forward the effort to hang out at the beach and do that? Because it's a long contest, you guys. It is a long contest. And it takes a level of deciding that you're going to do it. So if you're interested in doing it, there's a difference, right? Interested versus committed, right? The comparison I've always been given is the dairy cow that's giving milk, they're interested in feeding you. Okay. the butcher cattle that gets butchered, he's dedicated, right? Like he's all in. Okay. So are you interested or are you dedicated? And I want you to think about it. Are you interested or are you dedicated? Because if you're all in, I want you to go all in. And I want you to really start documenting the fact that this is my leader in action. These are the points I got to make. And hopefully this week, we will know what the point requirement was that allowed people to make leader in action last year or this last year. And I think it's going to be, you're probably going to need to average someplace around 45-ish points per month in order to make it. Okay. That's an average. Okay. But I'm telling you right now, that's probably the average to make leader in action happen for next year. All right. That's all I got. Thank you guys so much. Beth, thank you again for jumping in. Does anyone have any question on the leader in action form at all? Any questions at all? Cool. All right. Tomorrow, 6 o'clock, Michelle is going to show us all how to run the Penny app and do your carts from the Penny app. Okay. And we'll be talking about that tomorrow at 6 o'clock Arizona time, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 in the center. Okay. So we look forward to seeing all you guys. And Beth, thank you guys. Everybody make sure that you go into Working for the Beach, make a comment about Beth is amazing. She rocked it out, and talk about the Trello, and talk about the impact that you expect to have on your business. All right. Go ahead, Ben. Go ahead, Doug.
One thing I wanted to comment that I think is so great about this, and it's a key buzzword that's so important to building your business, is that it's so duplicatable. It's so duplicatable. So we can see how we can duplicate it from Beth's, and then we can see how we can have our people downline duplicate it.
Absolutely.
And yeah, it'll make it easier, I think, for everybody, for generations.
Cool. All right, guys, have a fantastic night.
Hey, Brent, can you hang back for a hot second?
Yes, dear. I'm going to stop the recording though.
Thank you so much.